What is going on, guys? You're watching The Hungry Handgunner. I am Nick, and I've actually got a little bit of a product review for you guys. So I'll go ahead and tell you off the bat, I did not buy this. This was sent to me by Cytac. So there's the packaging for it. And this is going to be their sandproof thumb brake T Thumbsmart holster is what it's called. So, and it came with a single mag pouch here. We'll talk about that more here in a second. So go ahead and put this down. Not going to need it. The holster they sent me is designed for my CZ P10C. It is a thumb brake holster. Go ahead and show you that the gun is clear while we're doing this. Thumb brake holster kind of reminds me a lot of a Safariland holster. So see there, you can see the release. I have not had any issues pulling this gun out. You do have to activate that thumb release to get the gun out. So lockup on it has been, I can find no fault with it. Now I will say that I don't typically carry outside the waistband, and this is a paddle holster, so I have not done the same amount of carrying with this holster that I would normally do with an appendix rig or inside the waistband. So I've used it a lot for running drills out on the range. I have put it through some stuff. It has not shown any signs that it's going to jam up like a Serpa. Haven't had any issues with the gun coming out. The retention as far as how it's held onto my belt for a paddle holster is pretty cool. You've got a hook inside there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It holds onto the belt good that way. There's some foam type rubber. It's more rubber than foam. But some of that here on the inside of the paddle, which that hasn't really moved a whole lot on me either. So that is cool. Now one of the neat things that it came with is in the packaging there's the hardware to go ahead and mount some screws through here, tighten that paddle down, and then it becomes a slide-on regular belt loop holster. Or if you wanted to permanently fix it to a war belt or something like that, you could do that. So you do have some adjustments for cant as well. While I'm looking at this, I'll go ahead and show you there. Inside of there, you can adjust the cant and ride height of the holster, which is neat. So the way this locking mechanism works, you get your thumb release, and then you actually have a little lever that's going to lock on the bottom part of this trigger guard. The gun goes in, it hooks on there, and then when you activate the thumb brake, it moves that lever out of the way, and you can draw the pistol. So it's worked good. There is one thing I want to show you, and this is going to maybe a deal breaker for some of you. I know it's not my preferred configuration. I want you to look where the trigger guard goes into the holster. Now you can't actually hook onto the trigger through that gap, but you can see the backside of the trigger in there. So if you had maybe a child's finger could possibly get in there. I don't know. It would take... It could happen. I'm not sure how easy it would be for it to happen. I know that if I take a pen or pencil, I can definitely engage that trigger without ever removing the gun from the holster. So that is something that I would like to see Cytac do, is bring this holster up a little bit higher, cover the entirety of the trigger guard area, just for safety. So there's that on the holster. So when Cytac contacted me, they also said that they were going to send out a magazine pouch. And they did. They sent out a dual magazine pouch. There's the packaging for it. It is just says it's their universal double magazine pouch. So right off the bat, I'm always kind of wary anytime something says universal, because typically it will do a lot of things, but it doesn't really do a lot of them well. This has been a pleasant surprise for me. So right now I've got my two of my CZ P10C mags in there. But this has some adjustments. You've got thumb screws. You have 3 of them, one on each side and then one in the middle, and they're spring loaded. So I'm not sure how well you can see that, but you can tighten these down by hand, which is nice. You don't necessarily need any tools to do that, to adjust your level of retention. So I have used them with my P10C mags. I have used them with my Glock mags. I've used them with my P09 mags. Any double stack magazine that I have used, this has worked with, and that is really an awesome thing. Now, when I'm concealed carrying, I normally carry 1 extra magazine, not 2, unless I'm really going far from home, then I might throw an extra magazine on. But this isn't typically how I would configure them. But what this is super useful for me is at the range working on reloads and things like that. And I have actually been needing a dual magazine pouch for that, so I actually got quite a bit of practice in using this, and I have no issues with it. Even running and moving, you can change the retention and stuff like that. I've never had any mags come out of here. This has a very sturdy paddle on it with that same kind of rubber backing on the inside of the paddle that goes inside your waistband. This hasn't moved. I haven't damaged it, even slamming up against trees and getting on the ground. This has been a very, very good product, and I'm very happy with it, and I will definitely keep using it, and if I have any issues, I will let you guys know. Now, included with the holster that Cytac sent me, there was a single mag pouch that was included in that packaging. And this one says it's not only universal for double stack magazines, but that you can also run single stacks. So again, my skepticism for universal products, immediately I was like, I don't know how that's going to work. But I gave it a try. So here it is with a P10C magazine in there. It works fine in that configuration. Now, this is kind of cool the way they did this. You've got tabs on each side with little locking points. So you can actually pull those tabs out and push the mag carrier down, and then you go to a much smaller configuration. Won't fit in there like that, but it is fairly easy to get it adjusted back out if you wanted to go back to carrying a double stack in there, and you're good to go. Now at the bottom, to help with some of the tension, you have a Allen key and a little slider, so you can adjust where you want that, and it works fine. So if I were going to go from this double stack configuration down to like a 1911 mag or a shield mag, I would tighten the bottom down as well and then tighten that screw back down. So this is more what I would use as a concealed carrier, and have used actually in the past few weeks to carry my extra mag. So it is pretty nifty depending on what I'm wearing. I typically like my spare mag to be inside the waistband, but if I'm going to be wearing a coat like today, I mean it's the day before Christmas and it's 60 something degrees out here, so I would be wearing my inside the waistband mag carrier. About the same position on my belt, regardless whether they're inside or outside, so that doesn't really throw me off from a training point of view. The plastic or polymer that they use in the construction of this stuff feels rock solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to break. Like I said, I've been bouncing off trees and into my table and stuff like that out here running drills and haven't damaged these at all. So I am really impressed with the quality that I've seen from them so far. So I don't have a pen or pencil out here with me, but I am going to try to demonstrate with this stick and see if we can actually pull the trigger from inside the holster. Go ahead and show you guys it is cocked, still clear from earlier, but let's take the stick, see if I can get it. Oh yeah, we got down around the trigger. It pulled the trigger. So realistically, is that going to happen? I don't know. I'm not really comfortable taking the risk with that for anything other than being out here on the range. That's just me, and I hate to give these guys a bad review, or not. It's not a bad review, but I hate to ding them on that after they've sent this to me. But I really do think that holsters need to completely cover the trigger guard and keep anything from getting in there around that trigger. So that's going to be my 2 cents on that, guys. Other than that, I will post links if this is something that you want to Cytac's website and to the product on Amazon as well. It will be in the description. I will link both the holster and the mag carrier. They have them available for a bunch of different firearms and things like that. So I will link that in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. Keep shooting. Have a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you're celebrating this time of year. And I'll see you next time.